What's up, everyone? Today is September 15th. It's a Wednesday. I'm gonna go ahead and make this video very, very short. I just want to cover the Microsoft winning trade I took today, just one trade. I am sick. I'm pretty sure I do have COVID, even though I tested negative. I have all the symptoms, but I decided I really needed to go ahead and make this video just because a lot of people took Microsoft today and a lot of people lost on it. For me and Dylan, it was a winning trade. So a lot of people are curious about where I entered and stop losses and all of that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make like a quick 5 to 7 minute video. Okay. So as always want to start off with the higher time frame on Microsoft. I'm gonna go ahead and make a Microsoft blank chart so you can see my exact analysis and thought process from a blank chart. Okay. So if you remove all indicators, all lines, all zones, all levels, just from a blank perspective, you can see that, Microsoft has clear relative strength on a higher time frame. So look at the 9/14 day. Microsoft closed as a doji candle. It was making higher lows. It had relative strength as well. The reason why it had relative strength on a higher time frame is if you go to NQ, yeah, I don't know why this blue line always comes up, but I just go to a blank chart on this. Oh my bad. Okay, so on a blank chart on NQ, NQ is on a clear downtrend. If I go to ES, same thing. Blank chart on ES. ES is also in a clear downtrend. So on a daily chart, Microsoft has relative strength, and that's why I was interested in playing some sort of setup on it. Okay, so now that I've identified that Microsoft has relative strength, I just go ahead and I draw my zones out. So um, 4 hour demand right here. Yeah, sorry if I don't sound, too energetic. Um, as I said, I am pretty sure I have COVID, so it's kind of tough. But I just decided that I had to make this video because this was a trade which a lot of people can learn things from. There's nothing here. Let's go to 145. Okay, so I have 45-minute demand right here. Just gonna go ahead and mark that up. Last but not least, 30-minute and nothing. So now that I have my zones drawn out, the first thing I look for is fresh supply. Um, you can see that I clearly have no fresh supply zones marked up. All that means is that there are no fresh sell imbalances placed for institutions to take us lower. So that is a key thing I look for. I want to make sure there's no fresh supply zones. Okay, next thing I do is identify some levels of interest. So what is the first level that I tend to mark out? That level is all-time highs. The reason why is because this is the highest point of Microsoft, and this is a level which a lot of retail traders are interested in playing. Okay, so the next level of interest to me was a potential area to take Microsoft long before the breakout, and for me this level was 305.2. So why is the 305.2 level a key level? You can see that not only is this level below all-time highs, but it has several rejections. If I just zoom in here, you can see that every time buyers try to take us above 305.2, sellers step in, denoted by these upper wicks. Again, we have another rejection here, and then today, when I took Microsoft, we had another rejection. So this level was close to all-time high. So I was trying to see if there was another potential level I could enter before retail traders would enter. And I'm gonna go ahead and explain that a little bit more. But for now, just know that when I was charting Microsoft, I had this clear wedge pattern. So we have one touch right here, two touches right here, and then a third touch right here. So now I have two potential areas to take Microsoft long. I can take Microsoft through the wedge, or I can take it through the level. So now you have to understand the three type of market participants and understand where each one of them is placed. So first of all, we have institutional traders. Institutional traders who, enter in demand zones. They enter near the lows. We personally, as retail traders, personally cannot enter down here because it just doesn't make sense. Something I've picked up on is if institutions are losing money, what they'll do is they'll just add to their position on the dip. We personally don't have the capital to do that, so those are where the first type of participants enter. The second type of traders are just not smart retail traders. So these type of traders are going to enter in places where the stock is very extended. So for example, all-time high, even this resistance level to some point. A lot of newer traders are going to enter right here, close to all-time high. And then there are smarter traders. There are consistently profitable traders, like Dylan, like Carmine, I hope that I'm becoming consistently profitable. So traders like us, we try to enter before a lot of the retail traders will enter. So that's why my plan going into this morning was to enter through the wedge, targeting. My first target was this resistance level. My second target was all-time high. Okay, so now that I have a clearly structured plan in place, let's go down to a 5-minute time frame and I can review my confirmations with you. So for this, I'm going to go to video. Okay, so there's a couple of intraday confirmations that I saw from Microsoft, which I really, really liked. The first thing is this huge gap up. So when a stock gaps up pre-market, it lets me know that buyers are very, very interested. So going into today, SPY and Qs were very, very choppy pre-market. SPY was flat, Qs was also flat. So when SPY and Qs are flat pre-market and a stock like Microsoft gaps up, it lets me know that there's relative strength. So that was my first confirmation. My second confirmation was what do you call it? Was news. So Microsoft had some news about I don't remember the exact news. I know it had the number 60 million in it, so that 60 billion in it, so that was pretty interesting. Um, the third confirmation was we were breaking this level, and the fourth confirmation was this insane volume. So look at the volume of this 930 candle compared to volume in the past. This is significantly greater. All this lets me know is that buyers are super interested. So my plan was very, very simple. As soon as we broke 304, this is kind of where I use level 2. So I saw a lot of sellers stacked at 304. I think 304. I think it was like 40, 50,000 sell limit at 304. So as soon as we broke 304 and premium spike, I entered right here, very, very slightly before the wedge. Um, to put this in perspective, I know Dylan is going to make a recap video as well, but I entered 4 seconds before Dylan did. So a lot of people might be wondering, how are you able to enter in the first 20, 30 seconds of market open? It's because, me and Dylan clearly have a plan in place. We know our entry is going to be, we know where our targets are going to be, and we know where our stop is going to be. And all this is planned out the night before or in pre-market. So all we have to do now is, since all of our plans are already made, we just have to execute them, look at market context, and then just execute the trade. So my stop for this trade, personally, if we did not break through this, it probably would have been around 304. There's not really a clear reason why. The reason why my stop would be a little bit conservative here is because the premiums of Microsoft were moving extremely fast. So when the premiums are very, very fast, my stop tends to be a bit more conservative. Okay. Anyways, so 9 out of 10 times, I'm going to wait for a 5-minute candle close when I want to stop out. Um, but in this case, I didn't. And I'll just run you through my exact entries and exits so you have a better idea of what I'm saying. So I entered 10 contracts of Microsoft. So I definitely did size up. I entered 10 contracts at 1.6, sold 2 here at $2, sold another 2 at 2.3. And then I had 6 contracts left at this point. at this point, I'm holding 6 out of 10 to break all-time highs and potentially target 310. However, what did I see on SPY and Qs? So I saw both SPYs and Qs push up as well. That's also another reason I took Microsoft. But as soon as we pushed up, sellers immediately took control and closed us red. So Microsoft did close green, but look at how SPY and Qs closed. They closed weak. So when SPY and Qs are weak, there's a very very good chance that the equity will also not run higher. So in hindsight, I should have taken a couple more out as we pushed above high of day. However, I didn't, and as we broke below, instead of waiting for 304, as soon as my contracts went back to break even, I sold them for a very very small loss on the remaining six. And the only reason why is because I saw the weakness in SPY, I saw the weakness in Qs. This, in my opinion, was a major major red flag, and that's why I exited the remaining contracts without waiting for 5 minute candle close. Yeah, sorry for coughing a lot. Nothing I can really do about it except for just take rest and drink water. But I hope you understand why in this case I didn't wait for 5 minute candle close. 9 out of 10 times I will wait for a 5 minute candle close, but when I see a major red flag like weakness from SPY and Qs, I will just exit my position. Anyways, it was a small winner. I netted 160 on a 1.6K investment, so exactly 10%. I'm gonna end the video here. I know it's a bit of a shorter video, but I can't really go on talking much longer. So if you have any questions, just hit me up in Discord or just post a comment in YouTube, and I will get back to you.